Whoa! Wait, I had no idea. Chef's kiss.
Scooby? Versus Kurt. Oh my
There's a
God.
Kirby death battle.
That's the next one.
Generic intro and the theduckgoesmoo. We're back on a death battle reaction. Today we're doing Wile E. Coyote versus Tomcat, Looney Tunes versus Tom and Jerry. I've actually seen Tom and Jerry, so this is going to be quite the interesting one. I'm watching this for the very first time. My best friend, where you can find her on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at
Kirby's Universe.
Link down below in the description, also on the screen as well once the video begins. But I'm not very familiar with Looney Tunes at all. I have seen Tom and Jerry. As I feel like every person, even me, has not avoided Tom and Jerry.
That's why I gave you that look a minute ago, because I thought you said you didn't.
Last week, I've been showing her old death battles. What was the last one that we did? We did
Bill Cipher and Discord.
Yeah, which I need to show her, like Bowser, Eggman, and a bunch of all the really good ones. They're gonna be on the channel.
Yeah,
definitely stay tuned for that. And we also reacted new death battles like Simone the Digger versus Kyle Rayner, which we did that one a couple weeks ago. But when there's not a new death battle, I'm gonna be showing her older death battles. So stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and jump into this though.
Last week's episode is the reason I've been rewatching all of Gravity Falls this week.
Oh yeah, Bill Cipher.
I put it on the TV like 4 times already.
I'm showing her old ones while we wait for new ones to come out.
Tom the Cat was one of my first cartoons. Tom and Jerry.
Oh, my record is 98 and 60. Hers is 5 and 1.
I had like every Tom and Jerry CD.
They made CDs. What's a CD? You mean DVD?
And tales told over
this is why you have no friends.
Your birth year starts with a 2. Be quiet.
There was no figure
and you're still more uncultured than me. Who is Motley Crue?
To the Miwok, he was a
you don't know.
Why is this blurred?
Fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sowetmuk, he
was
was a
copyright, I'm guessing?
Who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey.
What the heck?
And this modern Wile E. Coyote
207 IQ.
Inspired by Mark Twain.
Yeah,
wait, you say Mark Twain?
Yeah, inspired by Mark Twain.
I'm related to him.
Happily ever after to his
What?
inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's
not that
full of
fast.
comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still.
Scare you.
Or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all, but he does.
Valid.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile.
Wait, super speed supplements?
Almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded
But he always
boxing gloves,
loses.
along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet. A
nice.
favorite.
And he still lost to Roadrunner every time.
That's not a trebuchet.
Do you even know who Roadrunner is?
Despite being a self-described super
Thank
genius,
God.
Wile has an officially
What is the
measured
bird?
IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay,
wait,
the
what?
testers were fake,
What?
But he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for him?
Acme sells any product that you can imagine, and Wile is their most devoted customer.
Where does he get this money from?
Up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme
Underground.
Book of Magic, Acme Clonomatic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
They made a movie about that.
The stuff Wile uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners.
Exactly.
He cannot catch a break. But he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile is still a toon and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been
oh god, the Toon Force. She doesn't know about it.
Into a constellation
she hasn't seen that.
Verved for the last 87 years straight. without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Secwepemc legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological
But
reason
he
for these
still
abilities.
never
Looney
got
DNA.
him.
Every toon's got it, not just the loony ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased.
Because they
off
both
the
have the
page,
same amount
essentially
of
dictating their personal slice of
regeneration.
reality to whatever is
Both
funny.
him and
Like how
Roadrunner.
gravity only
Same
affects the Coyote when he
regeneration.
looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics
Exactly.
as we know them.
That's why Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which leaves Toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
Also, isn't that
It was
kind of like
Wile's
punishment?
experience as a veteran toon
then
that
put
landed him a
himself
job
into
at
it.
Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming Tiny Toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like
haven't seen
Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works
Same.
like an actual power system.
Look at
with
that!
more
We're both
experienced toons
uncultured.
like Wile, who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any
God.
other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And
Wasn't
my
that a
favorite
Dolly
was the
painting?
time
For sure
Plucky
was.
Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the
What?
entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wile's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure in
Blew
his
up the
life
sun.
mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball, and even, oh snap, caught the Roadrunner! Oh wait, never mind, so damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote
What?
has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
Keep trying
Takes
though.
dedication.
Yeah.
Maybe self-destructive stubbornness. Too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes.
Why doesn't he use a
There's
different
something
company?
else, Something grander,
By the way.
otherworldly, standing in the way
You're
of our
trying to
furry
claim
friend's
Murphy's
salvation.
Law?
Wiz,
Did
there's
you get
no
that
other way to
first
say it.
clip,
God
cartoon?
is just
Do you
plain
know what
out to get
cartoon
this
that
guy.
is?
And by God, we
The
mean
Disney
the
cartoon
closest
about
thing that
Murphy's Law.
exists for Coyote
Oh,
and
Murphy's Law, I know where
Roadrunner.
that is.
Chuck
Yeah,
Jones.
there's a whole
The
cartoon
guy
about
that
it.
created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally
You're
meant to
right.
be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom
Tom-
and Jerry,
yep, there you
Jones
go.
established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives
Wow.
have
Yep.
altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote.
Literally.
In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all,
I mean-
folks, for Wile E. Coyote.
I mean, bro keeps trying though.
The year was
No sponsor.
1939. War
Oh,
raged
that's
in
fine.
Europe
Nothing
between the
happened that
British
year.
Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have
Good
called
movie.
the battle a
Such a good
game
movie.
of cat and mouse.
Oh wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of
Wait,
their
really?
names' origin,
Huh.
William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tomcat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues.
Did you ever
and Tom
struggle
is
knowing which
reprimanded
one
by
was
Mammy
which?
Two Shoes.
Quiz.
No.
Like which one was Tom, which one was
Let's say
Jerry?
very
Yeah.
much from the 1940s.
When I was a
And
kid,
if
I had
you're
no
like
idea.
me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators.
Uh-huh.
They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal,
Let's see an
they're
orange one.
actually crepuscular, and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British Shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mouse kind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats.
There was that one
bikes,
Jekyll and Hyde episode.
And guns,
No.
lots and lots of guns.
No idea.
But he's got wackier
And none of
things
that
like
was
a magic
included in there,
wand,
was it?
a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all
That was
the
my
knowledge
favorite
in the
episode.
world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow. Or
What?
the Rewind Remote, which can move
Oh,
your
they both have a
victim
remote
backwards
like that.
through time.
And you
Oh.
can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's, of course, but just the
Is
cat
this like a
car.
new
Tom's
version of Tom and
arsenal is
Jerry?
heavily
There are
improvisational,
newer
which
versions.
fits
Why?
his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times.
French Revolution.
But
I remember
cat
that
fact,
episode.
He has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Everything reminds me of her.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different
Not
kind
that
of
one.
research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell, where all cats go.
Extremely hardcore for a tune, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and
Okay,
even
now
break
that's
the fourth
impressive.
wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if
I mean,
you
so can
only
Wile E.
watch the
Coyote, though.
classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Horses.
The Toy Whiz.
Horses.
They were actually named after the two characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry
has a
Hawthorne
nose?
and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just
That's big.
fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through
Yeah.
space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
And they've worked together tons
mean,
of
they get
times to
bored.
save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way
Why
home.
would they do that?
Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase. Long ago, the
What?
warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the
Is this like a
strongest warriors in
Genshin
the realm.
Impact
And they were,
update?
in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding
Fairy
together,
Godmother?
these warriors used the star
Fairy
to
Godmother.
dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
Well, it may sound
that was the
completely
Willy Wonka
insane.
crossover. I
It
did the
is.
soundtrack
Chase
video on
is
that.
a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the
Whoa.
source material.
Wait, I had no
However,
idea.
It is officially licensed
Genshin
by
is a
Warner
gacha
Brothers
game.
Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
What?
The gods
I
may
was like,
grant us
what?
mere mortals some heavenly fun.
No.
I've seen that
Friendly
episode.
rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
Oh.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad.
I've
he's
seen most
still
of
a
these
filthy
episodes, but I've
feline.
only,
The only kitty
like, I had a
truly
CD of
respect is
one
named
specific
after
one.
booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's
Huh?
no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
Huh.
Guess what?
Oh,
Death
that was-
Metal has merch
Aw.
now.
So who do you think's gonna win? But your record's 5-1. I'm 98-60. I think I have my choice.
Click the merch tab at the top. We've got mugs, stickers, shirts, and more.
I'll let you say it
I'm
first.
partial to the official researcher's notebook. I promise.
You know what? I kind of want to play it biased,
Sure. There's also exclusive
but I
merch
don't.
for website members, like my beer cooler, which
Well,
keeps my beer nice
what do you
and
think?
cold. And I guess theoretically other beverages too.
Then there's the limited time game over tee, which won't be available much longer.
I didn't
so
really care for
want
the
it,
first
go grab it
character,
quick.
so that's why I'm like,
Wow. Well, okay, you don't have to disrespect Wile E. Coyote. Jesus.
Sorry.
Death Battle, so we want to say a big thank you to everybody that's already placed an order.
Head over to deathbattle.com.
Yeah, it's rough on YouTube right now.
I am
Well,
going to
keep-
slightly. Okay, can we pause
yeah,
it so I can get a chance to say it?
Shut
Shit.
No, say it now.
Shoot.
Possibilities.
It's time for a death
I'm picking Tom.
Okay. You didn't give me time to think. Tom. If I just second guess myself because you rushed me, I get a win.
That's not how that works.
You rushed me.
No. Domestic cat. She took the cats. Also, who animated this? Oh. Greater Roadrunner. Schmuck. This is fine. That's normal. Wait, is Roadrunner in... Oh no, it's just gone. Okay. I have a feeling because Wile E. Coyote usually defeats himself and Tom just gets outsmarted that
It's
Wile's...
a very fair fight.
I don't know about that. Tom can make his imagination come to life.
That's
like-
true.
Yeah, and they can both kind of come back from absolutely nothing.
Come on, you apes!
They both have very similar abilities.
Where'd you get a cauldron from?
Jekyll and Hyde episode.
Bonk. But how is this could also be a draw?
Yeah.
I don't think it will though, because like neither character can really die, you know? Oh wow, only one life left. Or maybe that's where Wile wins, because Wile can... Because you haven't seen the Toon Force episodes. Was it the SpongeBob Aquaman one? Or was it a different one?
Exactly. Changing reality.
But yeah, while we wait for new episodes to come out, I want to show her some of the best old death battles, so stay tuned for those. Last week was Discord and Bill Cipher. She picked that one.
Mm-hmm. And I was right.
Well, I don't think Tom is necessarily a tune. Oh, well, that was blood splatter.
Wait, that was the last life? Wait a
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Dang!
We were both wrong.
Dang! I second guessed myself because you rushed me.
Oh, thank God, one of them actually died
Blame it
this
on me.
time.
So how are you gonna make up for this?
No! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering
Agree with
coyotes
me,
eat cats,
please.
I'm not surprised.
Please,
Although
in the
Cat
comments,
and
agree
Coyote
with
were
me
incredibly
that he
powerful.
rushed me.
They weren't literal
So I should get
gods who could
compensation
snap
for
their
this.
problems away. They had
Please.
limitations and
Yeah.
weaknesses that
100%.
could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's
Yes.
first talk their stats.
Both
Do you
were
agree or
strong enough to
disagree?
contend
We read
with
every comment.
universe-threatening
Please, agree or-
phenomena, but
agree.
comparing
No,
Wile
on
E.
the
Agree with
result,
me.
not on you.
Looney
Don't
Tunes can
ignore
Agree
it.
with me.
destroy their own
Please.
universe, but they're animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile
I'll
could
yell
keep
at
up with
you
the
like
Roadrunner,
my dog.
who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably
Excuse
fast
you?
and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor
Oh,
moot
yeah, I guess
and
he is a
end
cartoon,
the
yeah.
fight.
While Tom has never been shown
Guess
to
he's
have
not a
Looney
Looney
DNA
Tune, yeah.
specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones,
I
it
think I
should apply
record
to
Bass
Tom.
and Digital
But
Circus
considering
next.
how much of a screw-up Wiley is, it
New
wasn't a
episode.
sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much
Really?
more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wiley's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore
For
and
what?
ended up in an unexpected place. Space Jam.
Where Wiley
Oh,
yet
God.
again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules,
What?
that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wiley's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for.
Yeah.
Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe
But-
nerfing
but
him,
the-
there's
how are
no
their
reason
rules?
to think Wiley couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking
That is
Wiley's
true.
narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wiley, whereas Wiley's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wiley gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
Tom
Winner
Jones.
is Wile Coyote.
Wow.
Next time on
That's crazy.
Death
What's the
Battle.
next death battle? Deku? Deku? Oh, is that gonna have spoilers for the final
Spider-Man?
season?
Remember to see more death battles.
Spider-Man
Thanks for
versus
watching.
Deku? What? Well, oh, that's another one. Scooby-Doo versus Courage the Cowardly Dog. An amazing death battle.
Rick!
Oh, that one? Yeah, that's another pretty good
Oh
one.
my.
Yeah, this is
oh
also good.
my god.
This is the, I think, like the second or the fastest speed feat. It was in that one. This one, the animation is just insane. Moro just chef's kiss.
Scooby? Versus Kurt. Oh my
There's a
god.
Kirby death battle.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
Rocket.
Yeah, she didn't know. I have not shown her all of, like, this is my personal favorite, Dante versus Bayonetta. It's old. Trunks.
Ben 10?
That is, like, the most contested death battle. One of. The most contested is, this one. But that's, like, the fourth time they did it. Goku versus Superman. Mario versus...
Jason versus Michael?
Yeah. Hulk versus Broly. Win Broly. I had to... Oh, God.
Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool. Kirby.
Versus Majin Buu, which I showed her Dragon Ball Z Abridged. She does not know who Majin Buu is, because they didn't do the Buu saga. Yeah.
Oh.
Omni-Man versus Bardock.
What have you been keeping me from, Kyle?
Zuko versus...
Todoroki?
Yeah. Have you watched My Hero?
A little bit.
I react to My Hero.
I don't tell you about everything I do.
Slade versus Deadpool.
Hercules, but the Johns.
Batman and Captain America. Batgirl,
Spider-Gwen.
I had to skip this one as well because I plan on reacting to JoJo's.
Venom versus Bane.
This is a really good one.
You remember when Brandon dressed up as Bane?
Yep.
And
Harley
I
Quinn
dressed-
versus Jinx.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Oh, Eisen.
Tatsumaki?
Yep. There's so many. This isn't
It?
even all of them.
Pennywise?
I think there's been a Pennywise.
Popeye.
This one's amazing.
Okay. Because
Blake. Yeah.
I have her on my arm.
She literally has a ruby tattoo.
I do.
Pokemon battle.
I need to add more to it. I think I'm gonna add like characters around it.
Luigi versus Tails.
Luigi.
Yeah. Now
Luigi.
we're just showing. Yeah. There's
Doctor
just,
Doom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a good one.
Voltron.
That's a good one.
Ghost Rider.
Darkseid is insane. Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. That was another pretty cool one.
Yang.
Versus Tifa from Final Fantasy. I still need to show you Final Fantasy VII Mission
Tough.
Bridge. Versus Gaara from Naruto. Mega Man Astro Boy. Ghost Rider versus Lobo.
Now you do understand there's different Ghost Riders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Egg versus Edward Elric. You haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist
Mickey.
Brotherhood. Yeah.
This is crazy.
She didn't know any of these like
Cuphead
existed.
and Bendy. Sorry.
Godzilla versus Gamera, the Death
Cypher
Turtle.
versus what?
Oh, dude, I want to see
Alucard.
I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah.
Rainbow Dash.
Versus Starscream. Yeah.
Rainbow was OP. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had to skip this one too. God.
And Jiro.
But yeah. I don't know if we're skipping the next death battle or not, just because it's probably going to have spoilers for, Season 8 of My Hero Academia, which comes out later this year, that I will definitely be reacting to when that comes out. I think I've had to skip some in the past. If I skip any death battles, it's because of spoilers, but I'm still going to be showing her. As you see, she's very excited for some of these death battles. So, out of the ones we just saw, based off her reaction, which one should she watch next? Let me know down below in the comment section.
Let me know, because I need to know.
If you see one you agree with, definitely like it. Be like, hey, that's a good idea. It's kind of like a way to vote for it. We read every single comment, leave them down below. Shout out to the patrons, because they get all the videos there early across all of my other channels as well, because I'm only uploading like one video a week on this channel because of the YouTube algorithm right now, but I'm uploading every day. I'm not uploading on this channel, on my other channels, so definitely check out some of those. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Follow her on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Crimson Universe. But until next video, take care and cue the music.
We were